In 1960, John F. Kennedy was elected president and was focused on the new frontier, which is what he called his ambition to eradicate poverty and put America on the moon. Kennedy, the youngest president in American history, believed in social reform. But it was Michael Harrington who published the book Other America in 1962, which stated, "The problems with this invisible poverty in both rural and urban settings." Unfortunately, Kennedy's plans were cut short when he was assassinated by Lee Harvey Oswald in 1963. He was replaced by Lyndon B. Johnson, who came into office at a time when many Americans were alarmed by the amount of poor families in the United States during that time. Johnson ran against Barry Goldwater and came out on top. He went right to work trying to achieve more equality in America through different policies. He passed the Civil Rights Act in 1964, which ended segregation in public places and banned employment discrimination on the basis of race, color, religion, sex, or national origin. Johnson also gave Medicare to the elderly and Medicaid to the poor. Johnson also provided federal aid to the education system in 1965, which allowed low-income students to attend junior college and college education. These policies were a part of Johnson's war on poverty. This was a part of his plan to turn America into a great society, one without poverty and racial injustice. He created community action programs that established agencies in each city and county to coordinate federal and state programs designed to help the poor. These programs became controversial, however, due to the backlash from political activists who wanted to take over the programs and demanded resources for their individual movements. Furthermore, conservatives like George Wallace and Barry Goldwater were against the idea of providing welfare to AFDC recipients or aid to families with dependent children because they believed it promoted not working. Liberals also liked the idea of work incentive programs because it funded training programs and daycare programs and resulted in more ability to work jobs. In 1964, the food stamps program was enacted, which allowed people to trade in food stamps for food. Also in the 1960s, there was protest by a group of oppressed people such as women, Latino Americans, Asian Americans, and gay men and lesbian women. There were many rallies for all these groups of people following World War II. The social worker profession was influenced greatly during the turbulence of the 1960s. The inequality in our nation was a tinderbox, and even though Johnson had put in place many programs, it did not eliminate the systemic inequalities in our current society. These points were argued by Martin Luther King and Cesar Chavez.